Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Magoos Corner. I'm your host Trevor Gregg. As I've said in the other videos, I was meant to be joined by Hugh Johnson-Schroeder this week. He was all pumped up about it, was going to get somebody else to come along with him, but he got the man flu, so he's all running up in his snuggie on the lounge and watching Beauty and the Beast. So we're hopefully you're on the mend, mate, and you can get up for this week's game, because there's nothing worse than missing a game of footy due to man flu. So let's have a look at where everything sits at the moment after 6 rounds. Mitcham sitting on top at the moment purely by percentage, 4 percentage points. Only conceded 191 points out of the 6 games, which is a fantastic effort. Sitting there with Flinders Park who are also undefeated at the moment. Walkerville on 4 and 2, sitting there with Pembroke. Golden Grove 3 and 3 with Athelston. Jeps Cross 2 and 4. A couple of the teams 8 and 9 were Seaton and Plimpton with 1 win and 5 losses. And Kilburn, the Chicks, just sitting down there on no wins, 6 losses, 87 points in their favour, 917 in arrears, so 8.67 at the moment. So another tough year for Kilburn, another club where there's a lot of reliance on their A grade, heavy reliance on their A grade, so hopefully they can recruit some depth for next year. Now looking at the first game of the round out at Audi Arena, or Thebarton Oval as I like to call it. Walkerville hosted Flinders Park in a close one, 6-11-47 to Flinders Park, 8-8-56, so Darcy will be happy. Man with a couple, big bustling Benny Dyder kicked a couple, and O'Donnell. And the best players were Fegit, Blythe and Abrahamson. And for Walkerville, Dean with a couple, Wilson and Zazanka. Langdon, Adler and Giles were the better players. So looking at the way things sit at the moment, Flinders Park sitting on 6-0. They're not getting heavily scored against, so they're getting quite a few games that are pretty close. Now Jeps Cross and Plimpton at Duncan Fraser. Plimpton 11-14-80 to Jeps Cross 9-6-60, so 20-point win there to the visitors. Looking at the first quarter, quite even. Plimpton kicking away 3-5, then kicking another 3-3 in the second quarter. Kicked away a tad in the third, and we've got Jeps Cross coming back a little bit, so I think they're a little bit more competitive. I mean, you can see where it is at the moment. Jeps Cross sitting in 7th. This time last year, I think it was, they weren't doing really well at all, but Plimpton getting the job done. McGovern with 4, same with Foot and Self with a couple, and the Bates, Binns and Foot were the players that got mentions for Plimpton. Payne with 5, Mordaunt with 3, and Watts for Jeppies, and Muir, Mordaunt and Payne were the better players, so nice effort there for Plimpton. Kilburn, not too good. Went out to Golden Grove, Harpersfield, and evidently I heard that the water ran out, or there was no hot water out there, so the fullback of the century was not happy about not being able to have a hot shower. Now it's not a good result, but we'll go to Kilburn. 2-3-15. Baker and Wylam were the only 2 goal scorers. Rigney, Austin and Batchelor were the better players. And for Golden Grove, 32 goals, 16, 208. Gaudio with 7, Lemon with 4, Hoskins with 3, Lower with a couple, Morris with 10. So that's the first 10 I've read out this year, so that's a fantastic effort. Lower, Cox, Morris, Williams and Harris were the better players. So going down, Kilburn have the players, have the numbers there, but obviously it's a little bit of a talent thing for them. Golden Grove just going along nicely at the moment. They're sitting 3 and 3, but that's a nice percentage booster for them at this time of year. Now Pembroke and Athelston at Haslam Oval, the visitors 12-15 to 9-5-59. Or if I remember correctly, I did pick Athelston to get the win at the Tree Oval. So in the first quarter, Pembroke got away, 4 goals 1 to 2 goals 3, and then they just sort of went, both of them went side kick for kick, 6-3 to 4-5. In the third quarter is when Athelston started to get their skates on a little bit, kicking 5 goals to Pembroke's at 1 point. So that's where it was won, the premiership quarter, as we all know. And then in the last quarter, 3 goals 7 to 3 goals 1 in the last for Athelston. So that's a fantastic effort there for the Raggies. Bills with 4 and Sivashenko with 3 and Walsh. Bentley, Dean and Whiteman were the better players out there for Pembroke. And Spagnaletti with 3, Jonas and Bates with a couple each with Biancardi. And the better players were Bates, Biancardi, Davis, Ball and Tomaselli. So that's a great win for Athelston. Now, last game of the round, out at Thomas Farms Oval was Seaton Ramblers visiting Mitcham. 12:15.87 Mitcham to Seaton Ramblers 4:5.29. Also one that I think I did pick. So Mitcham's Schultz with 3, Hardy also with a few, Griffiths with 2, Rosewall, Schultz and Archer with the better players for the Hawks, and for the Ramblers it was Capuoto with a couple, Feast. And the best players were Hannigan, Feist, Berry and Dalgleish. So looking at what's happening for next week, round 7, Flinders Park and Gipps Cross at Flinders Park Oval. Flinders Park sitting in second, only have got 225 points against, but they've only kicked 581, so they're, I think for that one at Flinders Park quite easily. Sorry for the Rams, but I think Flinders Park will get that done. Athelston and Mitcham, looking at Mitcham being in on the top of the ladder at the moment, something different from last year. Athelston sitting 3-3. I think it'll be Mitcham will get the win away. It's hard to get a win out of Athelston, but I think Mitcham can do that. Seaton Ramblers and Kilburn. I hope it's a better showing by Kilburn, but I think Seaton will be far too strong, and it's a home game for Seaton. Plimpton and Pembroke. Pembroke in 4th, Plimpton sitting 9th. That's just the way it'll continue. So Pembroke will get the job done easily. Now looking at this one here with Walkerville and Golden Grove, we've got 3rd versus 5th. Golden Grove coming in with some fantastic form after kicking 32 goals against Kilburn. But for me, I think Walkerville will get the job done at Walkerville Recreation if it's ready, if it's finished. So there's a lot of reports about getting it re-turfed and getting the drainage sorted out there and getting rid of the concrete spoon drains, as I said last week. But for me, at home, Walkerville, but I'm not going to be surprised if Golden Grove get up. So once again, this week is going to be the first game called live in Amateur League, which will be out at Peteringa Oval. It'll be Tea Tree Gully versus Payne and Norwood Union, so it's the mixler.com.au, so mixlr.com.au. Download the app so you can listen to the game called live, and make sure you subscribe to the SA Footballer magazine, and we'll catch you again next week.